Once upon a time, a woodcutter wanted a job with a timber trader. The timber trader gave him the job. His job was to collect wood from the forest and bring it to the factory. He was paid a lot of money and his work environment was very good. Having a good salary, a good environment, and a good boss, he decided that he will work attentively and very hardly. He will try his best so that he can give a good production and do the job with sincerity. After everything is fine, the trader gives the woodcutter an axe and explains his work. From the next day, he started working. On the first day, he got to collect 18 trees by working very hard. His boss is very happy to see this and says, "You have done very well. Continue like this, brother." He was much more inspired to get compliments, and in the next day he worked harder. But he got to collect 15 trees that day. As a result, he works harder the next day, but still he can't collect 10 trees. Thus how the days goes on, and it just keeps on deteriorating. He became very frustrated and told his boss, "I have worked hard, sir. I must have lost my strength. I can't cut as much wood as I used to cut them, but now I work twice as hard. But I don't understand how this is happening." Hearing this, his boss asked, "When was the last time you sharpened your axe?" "Where I can find time to sharp. I'm busy cutting down trees all day long." In fact, the story has a lot in common with our lives. We get so busy from time to time that we can't find the time to sharpen that so-called axe. In fact, in today's world, we are all busier than ever and also more unhappy than ever. But has anyone ever wondered why this is so? Don't you think that we forgot to sharpen that so-called axe? Actually, there is nothing wrong with overwork, but we should never be so busy that we neglect the most important things in our lives. Spending time in Salat, engaging in other acts of worship, giving time to family members, spending holidays, reading books. From when these tasks seem to be your extra work, remember that it is time to sharpen your so-called axe. Don't forget you are human and you need rest. You should think about why Allah sent us to this world. You should worship Allah. An experiment has found that the company benefits the most from all of its staff praying 5 times a day. Research says that our brain gets energy as a result of Salat, which we can call sharp of the eggs. So even if you spend 25 minutes behind Salat, it can serve you more than the people who didn't perform Salat later. Remember, if you decide to not give sharp of the so-called eggs for the sake of busyness, then you will only gradually be exhausted. Remember, as sharpless eggs has no value in this world, like that the effective inferior people is nothing but a burden on the world. So keep sharpening yourself to this time. Remember that besides the needs of personal life, the greatest daily need of human beings is the 5 times Salat. Our brain gets oxygen through Salat, and the people who are humble in prayer are the most effective and active. Dear viewers, this is not my words, it is the result of current research.